ABC's Marcus Moore joins us now from the capital city, Kiev. Marcus, good to see you. Tell us, what's the latest on the fighting there?
Well, Kenneth, the fighting has continued, as you heard James reporting there, across the country, but primarily in the eastern part of the country is where the heaviest fighting has occurred. But there were airstrikes this morning in Lviv, at least 4 of them landing in the city there and killing several people and injuring others. And it does mark a significant day in terms of the airstrikes and what Russia's strategy might be in the coming days. And the air raid sirens have also been sounding here in Kyiv throughout the day, the capital. There were a few airstrikes here as well, but very little information about what exact targets were hit. But certainly a very tense time for people, not only here in Kyiv, but across the country. Kenneth.
In Lviv, Marcus, as you know, that's been considered a safe haven for refugees throughout this war. In light of these strikes, has that changed?
Well, it will change that feeling. It goes without saying, right? Because there was a stretch of time where there had only been a couple of airstrikes in a month's time, but now you've had at least 4 in just one morning. So the mood will change there in Lviv. But Kenneth, as you know, I mean, this is a place where people have come to Lviv because it is far away from the heaviest fighting, but it's also still in Ukraine, and that's something that's important to Ukrainians, that they be able to stay in their native country despite the war that continues to unfold here.
And let's talk about Mariupol. It's on the brink of falling to Russia's military. Ukraine's prime minister spoke about all of this during an exclusive interview with This Week on Sunday. What did he have to say?
Well, he said, first of all, Kenneth, that they will not surrender, that the Ukrainians will continue to fight. He also alluded to the fact that most of the major cities in Ukraine are not under Russian control, that there are smaller communities, smaller towns that may be under their control, but for the most part, Ukrainians are still in control of the country. In fact, I believe we have a bit of what he said. We can go ahead and roll that tape.
For now, no one big city in Ukraine is not fallen, and only Kherson is under control of Russians military forces, but all of the rest cities are under Ukrainian control. We have some of the cities under surrounding, so they are besieged, but they're still under Ukrainian control.
And so the Prime Minister there certainly wanting to get the message out and project a message that Ukrainians are still in this fight, and that while it appears that Mariupol is on the brink of falling to the Russians, he says that the fight does continue, Kenneth.
But Marcus, what does it mean for Ukraine and for this war if Russia gains control of Mariupol?
Well, it would be a victory for the Russians that, as you know, they have launched this offensive and at one point tried to encircle and take over Kyiv, and they failed at that. And so this eastern part of the country has largely been seen as an opportunity for Russia to try to get some type of victory. So in that sense, it is significant if Mariupol were to fall. And strategically, if Russia is able to take control of that city, it would then give them a land bridge, allow them to create a land bridge from Crimea to the Donbass region, which would be very helpful for them strategically, as they would have control of that part of the country, and it could perhaps advance farther to the west.
Mark, as you mentioned, Russia's likely strategy here when it comes to these strikes. What's Ukraine's strategy at this stage of the war?
Well, Ukraine has been on the defensive, and that continues. Their main strategy right now is to hold on, but also to request weapons. They have said that from the very beginning, that in order for Ukraine to win this war, win this battle, that they will need help from the West in the form of weapons, and the United States sending $800 million in additional aid to the Ukrainians to help them in this fight.
All right, Marcus Moore there in the region. Marcus, stay safe. You and the team, we appreciate it. Thanks again.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.